Okay, ngayon naman, Dayan, makakasama natin yung mga kaibigan natin all the way from Canada. Lagi sila nandito.
Taon-taon yan.
Yes, since last year, sila ay galing sa Answering the Cry of the Poor or ANCOP. All the way from Toronto, Canada, we have here their teacher from the Toronto Catholic District School Board, Mr. Michael Consul. Good morning. Happy New Year. We also have Jermaine Bates, Karen Cheng, and Mark De La Cruz, who are the students of Mr. Michael Consul. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Pilipinas.
Welcome to the Philippines.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, let's talk about ANCOP. We all know that ANCOP's tagline is where sharing and caring happen. So tell us more about your projects and programs. What is really the main objective of ANCOP?
This is the 6th year that we've been coming from Toronto to the Philippines. And in our religion classes in Toronto, we always talk about serving the poor and being the hands of Christ. So instead of just learning about it, we're actually traveled all the way from Canada here in the Philippines to do just that, to put our faith into action.
All right, so for the students, what are your expectations now that you're here in the Philippines? And I think you arrived here on the 30th, right? So you still have a lot of days to spend here. So
And
what are your
New Year here.
Yes, you spent New Year's here, but you enjoyed that night. But yeah, what are your expectations for this trip?
Well, I've been here before, so when I first came, my expectations were kind of like, I didn't really know what to expect. We do classes beforehand, so we kind of got a little bit of like what the culture's like and what they do here and everything, but it's totally different when you come here. Like, learning about it is so different than actually being here. It's amazing here. It's so beautiful, and all the people are so nice, and you can't teach that.
Karen, it's your first time here. How was it? How was your experience so far?
I really love meeting all the people. Like German said, they're all really happy, really helpful, and really hospitable towards us. And everyone really embraced us with open arms. And you can tell that the Philippines and Filipino people are really like loving, welcoming people.
Mark here is also a Filipino, but he cannot understand the language. But can you tell us more about your experience?
So when I learned about this trip, I learned that it was about building houses. But when I came here and we visited some villages, I learned that like it's more than building houses, and it's creating relationships with the kids and everyone in the community. Because when we visited all the kids, like I didn't expect to like love them so much and like create such a big bond with them.
All right, Michael, they talked more about building relationships, helping families. Tell us more about your projects and programs, because we all know that one of the major projects of ANCOP is about education program. Tell us more about this.
Okay, so we're here for many reasons. One is definitely to build houses, but we're also here to play with the kids and build relationships with the community, as well as we do a community cleanup. Today we're going to the orphanage. We're also going to the slums today. So at every village that we go to, we play with the kids.
All right, some of these are part of the group, right?
Yes, we have 23 students
23.
and 4 teachers total from Toronto.
All the way from one school or from different schools?
All from different schools within the Toronto Catholic District School Board.
Michael,
Okay.
I was just wondering, why did you choose Philippines?
One of our main populations in the Toronto Catholic District School Board is from the Philippines.
Okay.
So we do have service trips in other areas, Africa, India, Ghana, but there was no service trip in the Philippines. And because my background is Filipino, I felt, you know what? The Philippines has so many needy people that we should also do a service trip to the Philippines.
Okay, so you guys are 23 people here representing your different schools in Toronto. So what are your plans when you go back to Canada? Like, how will you share your stories, your experiences from the Philippines?
I think within our classes, we can like kind of just educate people, just tell them what we saw personally, because like seeing it, like I said, on TV is so different. So like to tell them like exactly what we saw, I think it'll really help them to understand what we saw.
Yeah, and I know when I talked to like my teachers about our service trip, like they were really excited for us, and they wanted us to do like different presentations to younger grades to kind of like inspire them and tell them about the trip and how great it is. So hopefully like they can go in like future years.
So majority of my friends probably see how people live in the Philippines through pictures and media. And it'll be interesting to bring back my own personal experience so they can relate with me, because it's not something that you see every day in the streets of Toronto, because they're so fortunate. So to share how I viewed it firsthand will be pretty amazing to share with everyone.
Again, Michael, of course, this is not graded, right? This is more volunteerism. So they're really volunteers here, Jules. So we also want to know, what are your other projects and programs outside the Philippines? Besides Canada, of course.
So like I said, Through Adventure Learning Experiences, which is the partner of the Toronto Catholic District School Board, we have service trips to Ghana, to India, and also to Africa. Yes.
Okay, so going back to the students again, when you go back to your schools, and then of course you're still in high school, right?
Yes.
High school, okay. So when you go to the university, would this experience affect the course that you'll be choosing, or what?
Yeah, I think after I came for the Philippines, it's really when I decided what I want to do, and I want to teach so I can inspire students to do things like this as
Wow,
well.
as a teacher, okay. How about you?
I agree with German. Like, this trip was a kind of reassurance what I want to do, and I also want to go into education because,
Okay.
like, my goal and purpose for like my career was always to help people out. So I think teaching would be like a really great job.
All right.
Last point.
I also want to be a teacher too.
Wow. So just like Sir Michael.
Yeah.
It's like a life-changing decision for them. So good job, Mr. Michael.
So I wanted to be a teacher because I wanted to inspire the youth. And after going on this trip, even for like a couple of days, like it made me realize more that like this is something I want to do in the future and carry on.
All right. We want to know, do you have any office here or branch? Where is your office located? If ever there are people out there who would like to help and, you know, volunteer and, of course, to support ANCOP.
So our partner here in the Philippines is ANCOP, and if you want more information about our trip, you can go to our website, which is CatholicStudentLeadership.com. So that's CatholicStudentLeadership.com.
All right. Again, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes,
Jules?
and mabuhay to all of you. If you
Happy
go
New
back here in the
Year.
Philippines, you're always welcome here.
Good luck and, of course, continue to inspire everybody.
Okay, once again, we have here teacher from Toronto Catholic District School Board, Mr. Michael Consul, and his students, Jermaine Bates, Karen Cheng, and Mark De La Cruz. Thank you so much. All right, of course, our audience also from Toronto.
Welcome to Good Morning Pilipinas, everybody.
Mabuhay!
Mabuhay! Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, ANCOP, answering the cry of the poor all the way from Toronto, Canada. Maraming salamat po. At syempre,